My presentation is internal linking, best practices, and how internal links benefit SEO. I just have like a few little things explaining internal linking. Links, they're HTML that connect all the different pages of the web. They can be kind of thought of as the internet's voting system, similar to the US voting system, where some votes or links have more say than others. That's true on the internet as well. The more links that are pointing to a site, the more trustworthy this site is, and the more trustworthy and authoritative it is, the more powerful the links are from that site. So we kind of need to think of external links first when we're thinking of internal links. Google has its own metric. It kind of weighs every page that it knows about. This is called PageRank or PR. And this is passed from page to page, sometimes called link juice. Here's a little graphic explaining it. So if you've got your site, you've got external links coming into it, and then you kind of pass that juice to your other pages using internal links. I watched Kevin Indig's video on Traffic Think Tank about how to leverage internal links. He says they're the strongest part of SEO after content. He kind of talked about how good content is now just a requirement. It's not really an advantage. Backlinks are expensive and competitive, so your internal links are your next best weapon. You can control them. He also talks about needing a balance between PageRank or your internal links and your outgoing links. And he calls this chai rank, something I've never heard of, but he did an experiment on one of his big sites where he balanced internal and external links, and he found that the Googlebot could crawl the website better, got better keyword rankings and more traffic. He also found that 50% of your internal links should be the target keyword or the exact match, and then you should differ it up and use synonyms the other 50% of the time. So I've got some internal linking tactics, some things you can do when thinking about internal links. There's a Wikipedia tactic and kind of like a GSC, Ahrefs tactic to find anchor text ideas. And then once you have those ideas, you can use Screaming Frog to find opportunities to add those internal links. So the Wikipedia tactic. Google uses Wikipedia to draw relationships between entities on Google. It's important for knowledge graphs, and people also ask sections. So we can use Wikipedia to kind of get an idea of what Google relates to your parent topic. So what you can do is do a site search for Wikipedia and then put that little squiggly line. What's it called again? Tilde. And then tilde, your parental, your parent topic. So in this case, we used rubbish removal. And then it came up with a bunch of related Wikipedia pages. So like these would be the anchor text you could potentially use. You could also do this for like ways to generate content. Got a little bonus tip there for your content writers. Another way to find anchor text ideas is use Google Search Console or Ahrefs. Just put in the page, like your target page, the page you want to build internal links to, and then you can find lots of long tail keyword ideas to add to other pages to point to that page. So once you've got these anchor text ideas, it's about finding opportunities on your site to link to that source page. So what you can do, you can go onto Screaming Frog, create a custom search with your anchor text. In this case, we're using the rubbish example. You just put the anchor text in as text and find it as HTML. And you do this with the source page in mind. You run a crawl, then you go to the custom search tab, and then it'll list all the URLs, and it can be filtered by each keyword you picked out. So each of these pages will have one of these keywords within the content. You can then take this a step further and run a crawl analysis in the new Screaming Frog. They have their own kind of link metric, page rank metric called link score. So you can find this out. You run the crawl analysis with link crawl selected. Then you click the URL and you can find the link score down the bottom. It's out of 100, 1 to 100, 100 being the highest. So the highest pages you want to build internal links on those pages to your source page. Then this is just like a spreadsheet I found, which kind of automatically generates your internal linking. I can share this with you. I think it's in the company drive, but essentially what you do is you put your source page or your money page, and then your blog posts, all the pages that you found with the anchor text opportunities in there, and then it'll spit out this automatically. Then you can know what pages to link to from that, and then you end up with a silo structure that kind of looks like that. All your pages are interlinked, which is good for SEO. That's my presentation.